I wanted to ask, I'd asked Stefan on Friday about a note that was put out by the South Korean mission, and he'd ended the exchange by saying, ask them. So I did. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I asked them is how this note was prepared, or how it was that what Stefan read here was almost identical to the note from the mission. And they've responded, their spokesman has said that the note was provided to the SG's office and UN spokesman's office at their request. Mm-hmm. So what was the, I guess I'm just wondering, since the attempt was made to sort of say, this is totally separate, we don't coordinate speeches, and remarks. So what was the, in what context did your office request this note from the South Korean mission?
It's because you asked at these briefings. So
but
you
he
asked
read
Stefan,
at the briefing something that was
identical, and then as a
to
result of you asking Stefan, he asked the mission what they were saying.
But the reason I asked is that what he read out before I'd asked the question, before he'd had any chance to ask, was identical to the note. So it seems like.
No, I would doubt that, because ultimately what Stefan wanted to do is know what they were telling you. You know, obviously. Once they gave us what they told you, we took note of that, and so we have that now. But it was in response to the fact that you were asking about it.
So it was after Friday's noon briefing?
It was after whenever you asked. I mean, you've asked a couple times about this.
No, I asked about the note on Friday. Okay.
Yeah, yes.
Sure. I wanted to, last week, the DPRK said that they'd send a letter to Ban Ki-moon, which is interpreted by people as an invitation to visit. And I think as at that time you'd said you hadn't seen it. Has this letter been received? And what do you say to various commentators who said, you know, Ban Ki-moon would benefit, this is a direct quote, enhance his political position as a future presidential candidate by making such a visit?
We don't have any visit to announce.
But do you have the letter?
I believe the letter's been received. Have a good afternoon, everyone.
Yesterday, the South Korean mission here put out a statement in Korean to the Korean press denying a number of things, saying that it was nothing inappropriate about the mission setting up meetings for the Secretary General with South Korean political figures, one that we've discussed here, but this is the one I wanted to ask you about. They directly deny that the mission has played any role in writing speeches or remarks for the Secretary General. And I'm asking you this because I know someone that did just that at the mission. So I want to ask you directly, to your knowledge, has the Secretary General had speeches or remarks written by staff members or advisors to the South Korean mission?
To my knowledge, no. The Secretary General has a full and excellent staff of speechwriters who work for the United Nations and who work for him and who write his speeches, whether he's delivering them in Korea or whether he's delivering them in New York.
And in what role was the, I mean, so we'll see, because there's somebody that says that they did it, but in what role, what is the role of the mission in setting up meetings for the Secretary General? I think you'd said that the mission suggested a meeting.
Right, and I think it's not unlike any other mission. When political leaders from other countries come and they want to meet the Secretary General, it is the mission that they represent who suggests meetings, and then it's up to the Office of Secretary General to accept or deny those meetings. I think it's completely natural.
I was once asked to speak to a deputy permanent representative of the South Korean mission, and the purpose of the meeting was essentially to tell me how to write about Ban Ki-moon and how.
That's a question between you and the permanent mission of that country.
It seems like it seems to implicate Ban Ki-moon. Like he's not aware of that.
I will stop there because we're getting into.
What?
Into an issue that's between you and that permanent mission. Okay, thank you all. Have a wonderful weekend.